Hey, Flava Fam, it is me, Yamisi, and I am here. I wanted to come and record this video so that to talk to y'all because some of you have seen our posts and some of y'all haven't because social media and they algorithm shenanigans. Okay, and so because of that, I'm trying to hit all avenues to make sure that those who we can reach, we will reach. All right. So, for those of you who do know, and again, who don't, we have started a fundraiser to try to raise funds so that we can get a climate controlled space to store our products in. We've been working over the last couple years trying to financially figure it out, work towards getting this store shed. We have applied for funding, grants. Um, I've even pitched our business in a business competition, all in hopes of trying to get the funds needed to have a facility. And we've gotten to the point where we haven't heard a yes yet. We're going to keep trying and keep working towards that. But in the meantime, we have started this crowdfunding effort to try to raise the funds for what we're doing. Basically, we've been running this business for 5 years now. Our church has been allowing us to use their kitchen space to produce our products. And as we've grown and we need to produce more products, we just don't have adequate space. We don't have enough space to buy things in bulk. We don't have enough space to buy things in bulk. We also don't have enough space to buy things in larger quantities. So we buy in bulk, but in order to like actually see a savings from that bulk, we need to be able to buy a little bit more. And then we don't have enough space to store more finished products. So we're able to produce so much, but that only goes so far. So it's hard to keep up with demand, and it's hard to produce enough to kind of grow and reach outside of our area, to really maintain our online sales and all of those things if we don't have the space for that. And so we're trying to get a storage space. But because we do have a dry product, and it is a food product, it needs to be not only meet the health department guidelines, so our local health department, the state health department, it has to meet all those guidelines, but it has to be, oh gosh, climate controlled and all of that, so that it keeps those ingredients dry. And so a part of that, so what we're basically looking to do is get a store shed, get it insulated, wired with electricity, so that we can have heating and cooling in it. Well, more so cooling, because we don't need to heat it. It really has to be cooled. It has to stay cool, especially during the summer. Y'all know Southern Illinois can be humid as all get outs, so it needs to have electricity in the unit so that it can do that. It also, again, meeting all the health department guidelines. It needs to be smooth and easily cleanable walls. Flooring needs to be specific. All these various aspects of this unit. And so while we can go get a shed for, couple $1,000, all of the work that has to go on the interior to get it up to code to meet all of the guidelines is really where that amount starts to tick up on us. So anyway, we're raising funds so that we can get that building. Like I said, we've been doing a whole lot to try to raise the funds for this building, and we're going to continue to do those things. I'm going to continue to try to seek an outside funding source. I'm going to continue to look for grants, continue to whatever that I can within my power. But in the meantime, we figured, let's reach out to our community, the people who have been here up until this point. Because one thing about it, God ain't told me to stop. Y'all know, for y'all who know this, we started this business because God told us to. Like, this was not on my radar. I did not go to school for this. I literally was not something that I was doing. So to even watch it just get to this point has been like one of those, like, whoa, wow, God, like, what are you doing? And just to watch what he's doing in like my life personally and my family's life, and how he's moving through this business has really been amazing to watch. And so I don't know what all he wants out of this season and how he's going to move. But again, I know he hasn't said stop. He hasn't shifted gears. He ain't told me another plan. He hasn't said anything. So for me, that means I need to keep moving forward. I need to keep taking steps towards this goal. And sometimes that means asking for help. And one thing about our Father, he wants us complete. He wants us whole. And he knows that while I will ask for help, he knows It's a little challenge, especially when it comes to something big like this. It is not easy to make yourself vulnerable. It's definitely not easy reaching out and asking, because you set yourself up for the possibility of disappointment, right? And I have I to know me, and I tend to be pretty transparent. I don't do a lot of stuff that I feel like I'm gonna fail at. Like I don't really set myself up for failure. Like if I don't think that I can actually accomplish it, I don't try it. Like and so this is a very interesting place to be in, to actually set and be vulnerable and say, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to raise these funds. I don't know how long. Even if we do, I know we're going to get there. I just don't know how long it's going to get there. I don't know if it's going to take weeks. I don't know if it's going to take months. I pray it don't take years. But if it does, I don't know how long it's going to take. But I'm not I'm not really willing to get stuck in the what next. What do we do? How do we move? And so, like I say, that brings us to this point of having this fundraiser. So when y'all see, we have 3 different ways that you can give and support this business, support this vision of bringing people seasonings that's not loaded with salt, stuff that people can feed their families with and not have to worry about what is these ingredients, what are the side effects of these ingredients, how are they impacting our health. We're not using fillers, we're not using excessive salt, we're not doing any of those things that could be harmful to the people who consume them. And so we want to be able to do that on even again and continue to grow with it so that we can reach more people. We're a small company. Many of you know we started with just 60 bottles. Okay. So very small investment with some money that we had. And everything that we've been doing up until this point has been pouring back into the business. And so the money that we receive from every sale, literally, it's enough to remake the product. It's enough to pay our business expenses. And there's a little bit of profit. But if any of you have worked in business, and for those of you who have never, don't even know anything about business, when you have a little bit of profit, it takes a very long time to get to a point where you have enough money to maneuver and do things. And so it makes it challenging to build up enough resources to qualify for funding from a bank. Like they look at you like, sorry, you're not making enough profit, or you don't bring in enough sales. Like we bring in good sales. It's again, it's enough to sustain our business. It's enough to grow, but it's hard to, we know that we need to get here. Like we see it. But we can't do it without outside funding, or with additional funding. And we're limited. This is it. This is what we got. And so, we're doing everything that we can within our power, and it's just not going to happen without help. And I realized that, like nope, we're not crying. I realized that it's not going to happen without help. I can't do this by myself. We can't do this by ourselves. And we're trying. We've been working very hard to raise this money. I've been in conversations, and not even just raise the money, but even to know how much we need it. Like there's so much that has gone on in the background that we haven't shared, because everything doesn't need to be shared. And it is a challenge. Like it is a lot. But I know I can't do this by myself. I need help. And so I am reaching out and asking those of you who rally behind us, who support us, to take the time to do just that. Take the time to help us take those next steps. So, like I say, there's 3 different ways you can support us, okay? One, like I said, the fundraiser, the t-shirts that we're selling. So we're selling 3 different shirts. So we're selling our regular, that's the JFX shirts. Y'all have seen us in them. We've been rocking them for years. That's the J Effect. That's that slogan. That's the business. That's our name. Y'all know we tell y'all, give y'all food, the J Effect. And you're taking care of yourself while you do it. Okay. So you're not loading yourself down with junk. So when you use our products, know that we care about you. Know that this means something that I'm not knowingly, because I like it kind of floors me to know that there are companies out here utilizing ingredients that are generally regarded as safe, or that they are loading products down with salt just to cut their to cut their cost and raise their profits. Don't get me wrong. I obviously need to be more profitable, right? Like, because obviously I need more income to be able to do, but not at the cost of the health of the people in my community. Not at the cost of the Flava family. Refuse. Not doing that. So I don't care that it costs me more to make my product. I'm going to give y'all quality because that means something to me. That matters to me. I'm not about to give y'all junk just for the sake of my dollar. Like, anyways, not gonna go on that horse. Not the point. Okay, so we got our regular J Effect t-shirts, and then y'all know, if you haven't been, we tell y'all, y'all are the Flava family. And for those who, again, who know me, because of my background, because of my familial history, I grew up in care. My family is not just the people who were born. I care about those around me. So, like, getting people together for a meal, feeding folks, letting them know that they're loved, letting them know like that they're taken care of, like, that is something that brings me such joy. Again, because of the things that I've experienced in my own life, moments of not being fed or taken care of, and I now get to feed people and give them something that they can feed themselves well, and that brings me great joy. The fact that what we're doing brings people around the table, gives them something, that excitement in the room when people take a bite of something good. I love that. That is something that I get to do, and I'm so grateful for that. And that's family for me. You know, family, yes, your support, it's all of these things. It all comes together. But when I call y'all the Flava family, it's because I truly do care. I truly do want you to know that every time we make these products and we put them in your hand, it's made with care. It is intentional. It is made with love. This ain't just some gimmick or some, oh, let me just sell you, upsell you. No, I'm serious about it because I'm serious about people, because I never want people to feel like they're not cared for, like they just a dollar, like they don't matter. And so this is just another extension of being able to do that. And so we have our official Flava Family t-shirt. It says, this family runs on flavor. So you get the Flava family, you get it. Okay, I'm gonna over explain it. I don't need to, but I'm doing it anyway. So this family runs on flavor. So that is another one of the shirts that we have. And then lastly, and because I got to tell Shannon, because I put a post up a couple weeks ago and I said, I'm going to start telling people to have a well-seasoned day. Listen, to know me is to know I'm a little bit sassy, maybe a little bit sassy. That's why the Spice Lady is fitting on more than one reason, not just because I sell spices, because I'm a little spicy sometimes. But anyways, I put that post out there and she said, you should put it on a t-shirt. And so we did. So we did. This is one of our other shirts, and it says, have a well-seasoned day. Okay, so this shirt, and you know, got the spices pouring out. It's fun. I really like it. I do. It makes my little heart happy to have some new merch too, because we've been wearing them JFX t-shirts like nobody's business. So now we got a little bit of variety. But each of these shirts is available on our website. That's thejeffect.com if you've never been to our website. And every time you purchase a shirt, a portion of those proceeds go to making the product, and then another portion, it goes to the building fund. So that's one way that you can give. We also, on our support page, so if you've ever been to our website, there's a tab at the top that says support, and on that page you'll see information about the funds and the things, the future plans, vision that we have for our business. Down at the bottom you'll see all of the shirts, and then you'll see other ways to give as well. And so that page at the top is just general donations. So maybe you're a person, you don't want a t-shirt. You like, I really don't need a t-shirt. I don't wear t-shirts. I just want to give. Well, you have an option where you can make a donation online. You can go on there. They have a few suggested amounts, and then there's you could put in any amount you want. It don't matter if it's $1. It don't matter if it's $5. It don't matter if it's $100. It don't matter. I don't care. If you think, I want you to understand that there is no gift too small. There is no gift too small, because when I sit and I think about God and scripture, when I think about the woman who gave her last, that's all she had. But that was a greater gift than those given plenty. because of where it came from. Okay. When I think about scripture and it talks about having faith the size of a mustard seed, if you've ever gardened, if you've ever done anything with a seed and you put that seed into the ground and you watch it not only produce a harvest, you watch it multiply. Because if you look at flowers, one seed, it takes one seed to produce that flower, or multiple flowers sometimes, depending on what type of plant you put in the ground. But that one seed turns into hundreds, because it not only produces the fruit or the flower or whatever it produces, then it produces more seed to produce more flowers. So it only takes one seed to sit and make a huge impact and just multiply. So I am firmly believing that it does not matter what size of the gift you give, because that seed can be multiplied. So if you feel led and you think that you don't have enough, or maybe you only got $5 to give, I want you to know that no $5 is too small. No 50 cents. Anytime you tell us to keep the change, it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm believing that all of it, every single piece is a step forward. It's a drop in the bucket, and eventually that bucket is going to be full. I got to believe that. I got to. And so don't think that your donations are too small. Don't feel like you can't. And then the other gift option is for those of y'all who don't want to go online. I get it. There are people who don't want to be online. They ain't trying to order none. They ain't trying to do none of that. They want nothing to do with it. They would rather do stuff in person. So anytime you see us at a market, you're always welcome to give. We do typically have a jar with us. That's like our building fund jar that we use to collect things in. And then we also have a PO box. So if you maybe want to send a check or money order, or don't send cash in the mail, that's crazy, don't do that. But if you want to send check or money order, you can send that to, that's the J Effect, at PO Box 62, Carterville, Illinois 62918. And again, that information is also on that website page. So our PO box info is there. So you have multiple options to give, you all. If you believe in this vision, if you want to help support, even if you just believe in entrepreneurship, if you have ever been in a place where you want to make an impact, and you just really want to support a small business. Maybe you understand the challenge of being a small business, and you understand what it's like to need funding but not be able to access it, that you understand what it's like to be working so very hard but still it's not enough by the world standards or banking standards to be enough to qualify for anything. Our business doesn't carry any debt. We pay for everything outright. And so in banking world, that's a no-no. You need to carry debt in order to qualify for debt. As my husband say, I gotta laugh to keep from crying. Like, if we had credit cards and all of the stuff, like, we would qualify more. But because we pay for everything we need outright, no, you don't. So that is a thing that I think is wild. But that also means that all of our resources are tied up into production and selling and paying bills, like I say, with that little bit of profit. And so from their standpoint, it looks like you don't have any money. Yeah, because I'm using it to make my products. Anyways, neither here nor there. Y'all know I got to crack a joke or two. I have to laugh. I got to keep the joy and excitement, because I don't want to lose hope. I got to have something to keep some sanity. So I'm a little silly sometimes. Anyways, so you got multiple ways to give, people. You have multiple ways that you can support a small business, that you can help us reach our goals, help us reach those next steps. And yeah, I'm gonna go on and end this video, because y'all know I get winded sometimes. This is probably longer than many of you want to sit around anyway. But like I said, that's the why. That is what we're doing. That is why you'll see these posts. And I know, like I say, they don't go as far, they don't get as many likes or interactions and things like that. But I want y'all to know that it's with a purpose. We're not just doing something. We're not just, I don't know. And I'm, yeah. Yep. Okay. Anyways, those are the options. Y'all head to our website. Purchase a t-shirt. Okay, got 3 different options. purchase a t-shirt, give a gift if you feel led to do so, and other ways that you can support us. So I do want to say that there are other ways to support, because I understand everybody don't have the money, even $1 they cannot spare. Okay, respectfully, because I get it. Share, share it, tell somebody else, help us reach more people, because we understand we only got so much of a footprint, and we're doing everything that we can to reach more people. But you have access to more people, and your people got access to more people, and your people. So if you share and ask other people to share, ask more people, and tag, and whatever ways that you can help us spread the word about this fundraiser, find that fundraiser post, share it to as many people as you can. Let them know what you love about the J Effect. Let them know why you support our business. Everything, any share, any commenting, even engaging on the post. Even if you can't give a donation, engage with the post, because when you comment, it makes Facebook and Instagram and whoever else push it out further. So when you engage, it makes them say, oh, this is something important. And so, and I know I hate playing the algorithm game, but also this is the social media world we live in. Y'all see all that crazy stuff, that nonsense that circulates the internet. It's because everybody comments. They get all the comments. And so when you get a bunch of comments, it circulates. Okay, so let's circulate something positive, please, for my sanity sake. Anyways, and then lastly, for those of you who believe in God, who stand on faith, who believe in following God's purpose and plan, pray for us. Pray for our business. Pray that God would meet us here and multiply every seed, that he would bless the seeds that have been sown, and that he would just continue to give wisdom and insight of how to move forward. Man plans, but God directs our path. And so as we seek guidance and we seek input, from Christ on what's next, how we continue to grow, we ask that y'all pray for us, because it does take a community. We never meant to do this by ourselves. And I trust that the people that God has surrounded me around will help to bring this vision to life. And so I ask for your prayers. I ask for your shares. I ask for y'all support. You have multiple ways. So no matter what you do, I want y'all to know that from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful. I thank each and every one of you who have given something so far. I thank you for each and every one of you who have taken the time to share, to support in various ways. So far, we have raised $408. And we're looking to raise $20,000. So I know that sounds very far off from the goal, but again, I don't know how long it's going to take. God is teaching me patience in the wait season. So as we wait to receive these funds, as we wait to raise enough money to get where we need to be, I'm going to keep on moving. And so that is the goal, and I hope that y'all will support this vision. However, I'm gonna get off now. I'm running out of words. But I do appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for taking the time. For those of you who stuck out to this point in the video, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your continued support, and I do just hope that you all have a well-seasoned day. Okay? All right. I love y'all. Bye.